Hello guys, it's me Matrix here, coach of the Welsh Wailords. We are bringing you week 6 of the VDL V-Create Draft League. We are up against one of my closest friends in the draft community, Masenko and the Drowsy Dracozolts. It'll probably be a premiere match, which I'll be posting soon, pretty much, well, probably today. As you can see on the overlay, I am bringing Spiritomb for its debut. Masenko's got a really awkward team because I don't know what he'll bring, and he probably knows exactly what I could bring against him. He knows my playstyle really well. He knows my team really well and how I prep. So I fully expect him to be able to counter me with some annoying, cheesy strategies this week. But we're bringing Spiritomb this week with Infiltrator, Burning Jealousy, Shadow Ball, Snarl, and Taunt. I was thinking about a setup one, but the biggest issue is that you can't set up reliably against Masenko because you can either encore you, disable you, or some other cheesy strat against it. And it's really annoying. You can even run Haze and everything. So I just don't know if setup's really that good here. But yeah, we've got Burning Jealousy to hit the Ferrothorn and to hit anything that he might want to set up and just burn it. Shadow Ball, we've got for hitting pretty much his entire team except for Wigglytuff and the Bewear and the Vullaby, technically. So I do get checked by Vullaby and the two normal types. Snarl, especially, is both normal types that resist Dark, but more so because I do expect a competitive Wigglytuff. If Wigglytuff is Frisk, I'll be a lot happier. But I do expect competitive to come because of the Incineroar. Which is kind of why I'm trying to not bring any Fairy Week ones this week, even though I've got one. And yeah, Taunt, just because I feel like I need a Taunt this week for whatever Masenko wants to do. We aren't running minimum speed. I was going to run minimum speed, but I want to be faster than the Wobbuffet and the Ferrothorn outside of Trick Room, so I can at least Taunt either one of them. Okay, so we've also got Guts HeraCross, pretty standard, close combat, Pin Missile, Rock Slide, and Protect. The reason why we're running Pin Missile is I was going to run Throat Chop. However, Pin Missile means that the last attack dealt to the Wobbuffet will be countered back to me. So that's the only reason I need like Pin Missile is to hit Wobbuffet. Close combat is going to be pretty much used for everything, and Rock Slide is just there to like get some spread chip if I want it. And yeah, obviously Protect so I can get Guts Flame Orb activated. We've got Aurorus with Snow Warning, Hail, Freeze Dry, Earth Power, and Thunder Wave. It's a bit of a weird set this week. I'm not really sure what to do with the Aurorus. I still might change it. Snow Warning and Focus Sash. It is max speed, timid with max special attack for a timid nature. With the Focus Sash, it's pretty bulky HP, so like any non-super effective move should live. Then we've got, and this Aurora should outspeed most of his team, which doesn't have speed investment, so that's the idea. Then we got Dracozolts, which has got enough speed to outspeed the Salazzle in Hail, and it should. It should have enough speed to outspeed a Salazzle in Hail, and with it being like 97, I think it hits like 93 thereabouts. So it should outspeed a non-bulky, non-fast Politoed outside of Hail. So I could have gone for a bit more speed investments, but I decided to go like a bit more bulky where possible. Bolt Beak, Icicle Spear, Protect, and Substitute. I do got to be careful because I can be encored and disabled through Substitute, as well as hit by any sound-based moves. So I'm just going to be aware of that. We got Incineroar with U-Turn, Flare Blitz, Throat Chop, and Fake Out. I wanted a pivot move. I would have preferred to have had Parting Shot, but again, I'm really worried about this Wigglytuff with the competitive because I don't have a lot of Fairy Resist with me. I don't even bring my Steel type. I do have Intimidate, as I say, so I do expect Wigglytuff to be a possible bring. I'm never really going to reliably lead Incineroar, though, I don't think, so it should be okay. U-Turn is just so I can pivot out of Wobbuffet, which is really nice, because there are some unfavourable matchups for Incineroar. I do have a bit of speed investment on it. It should be able to outspeed most Politoads outside of Rain. So Oh, no, sorry. Most Politoads without any speed investments. And it's a very specially bulky AV Incineroar, so should be able to take most special hits pretty well as well. And then lastly, we've got Seismitoad with Water Absorb. I was running this Seismitoad with the Throat Spray over the Rindoberry. However, I really felt like Rindoberry was going to be needed, especially against like Power Whip, Ferrothorn, or Power Whip Gudra. Admittedly, this Seismitoad can't do much to either of those, especially if it's Sap Sip or Gudra. But I can hit an Earth Power onto both of them, so here's hoping. But Screech is really nice to help against pressuring like Rotom and Politoad and stuff, even though I've got Water Absorb on this Seismitoad to make that better. I might change Screech out for Ice Punch. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, that's the plan. I am minimum speed on this Seismitoad at the moment. I might change this. I'm not sure if I want to be negative speed nature, because I do believe I could be negative attack nature and still be okay. Still get the KOs I want, and Power Whip's only there for the two water types anyway. So yeah, that's the team. We'll get into it in a minute. See you in a bit, guys. All right, and we have found Misenko. Good luck, have fun, my friend. This team is so annoying. Thing is, I think I could beat him after a couple rounds. So that's the prize factor that's going to be an issue. So I really need to just be alert to all the information I can get. Okay. So he doesn't bring Politoad, he doesn't bring Wobbuffet, so that's okay. He brings Gudra and Luxray, which kind of expected. Where's his grass damage from? Gudra. He's got Wigglytuff, which has got the competitive. He's got Unnerved Bewear. Don't really need Spiritomb too much because I don't have he doesn't have the Ferrothorn. He doesn't have much. He doesn't have any ice resist with him for Aurorus at the very least. He does have Intimidate, which is kind of annoying. And HeraCross can close combat a lot of those mons. So I'm going to bring Aurorus and Dracozolts up front because he's only got Mr. Mime for fake out pressure. He does have the Intimidate, as I say, which is a little bit annoying. But I don't think it's awful. HeraCross in the back. Does Incineroar do much here, or do I want Seismitoad? Because Seismitoad can Power Whip that, it can Screech into that, it can Earth Power that. It does get KO'd by the Bewear. We'll go with Seismitoad, even though I probably shouldn't. Okay. So he doesn't have Manual Rain. He doesn't have a way to reset the weather unless it's manual. I do expect Luxray to be a big lead, but okay, Mr. Man and Wigglytuff. Aurorus and Dracozolts come out. If I don't see Frisk, I know it's competitive. Snow Warning. Yeah, so it is competitive. So what can he do here? I'm not 100% sure, but I will Thunder Wave the Mr. Mime. Or do I want to just attack? What does he do? Does he switch out to one of these mons for... Yeah, I think he does. I'm going to try and set a substitute. Okay. Focus Blast. Oh, into Aurorus. That's some big damage. That's some big damage. But at least Aurorus is the fastest thing on the field. Oh, does he go for Trick Room here? Yeah, he does go for Trick Room. That's actually exciting. That's okay. I'm going to bring out Seismitoad. So I think Aurorus could be good for later on. I am going to Icicle Spear Mr. Mime. No, I think he goes for a Dazzling Gleam with the Wigglytuff. Which means I'm just going to try and get some chip damage on that. Yeah, he goes for a Gleam, which makes sense. He won't be able to. He won't be able to remove the sub. Oh, he does remove the sub. Wow. I didn't expect the sub to be removed from that. Does a Focus Blast and Mr. Mime? No. Double Dazzling Gleam. I need some Fairy switch-ins. Oh, I'm really going to need a third one to hit, but no such luck. That's okay. HeraCross obviously can protect, but I'm going to go with the Seismitoad because I am actually running a slow Seismitoad, so I should be able to be faster than the Mr. Mime. I'm going to go for the Muddy Water play here. If I just attacked the Wigglytuff turn 1, I should be right. What's he got on the back that he wants this Trick Room for? I need to slow down my plays. He's got 3 turns of Trick Room. Bewear and Rotom. Okay, so I'm going to go for the Muddy Water. Hopefully I can get an accuracy drop. I'm going to go for the Protect here. It's got to go for Dazzling Gleam with one of them. So it does have Grass Knot. Yeah, big damage from this Wigglytuff. Yeah, it's Life Orb. Thought it was. I was missing it. Does this KO here? No. But Hail KOs me. Wow, man. I'm going to need Spiritomb more than I thought. Yeah, here's the Goodra. How many turns of Trick Room is there left? 2. I need to live one more turn of Trick Room. But Dazzling Gleam is going to be a huge, huge issue for me. Go for the Rock Slide. And hope, I suppose. I think I just will lose here. Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. It looks like it was in the back. I thought it was. Life Orb competitive, that's really, really annoying. Body Press, yeah, that should be enough to KO Dracozolts here. That's nice. Okay, so you're the slowest. Which means Luxray has some speed investment on it. mean, I clearly have to protect here. And he probably knows that. Definitely didn't play this first game well at all. Does he go for like a setup set? No, so breaking swipe with Gudra. Volt switch with Luxray. Makes sense. So, I mean, it's -1, but I have got a bit of an attack investment here. I can go for Rock Slides and hope for flinches to start with. If I get a flinch off on at least one of them, I could come back from this. Could have done with flinching the Gudra there, to be honest. No, it's fine. If a Mr. has fake out as well, like that could be bad. Life Dew. So Life Dew, breaking swipe, and yeah, I'm really regretting not having missed on Aurorus. Because if the Luxray switches in, it's able to just KO me. I've just got to keep going for Rock Slides for a minute. Oh, and the Mr. Mime's even faster than me. Wow, okay. Okay. So it's a Trick Room Mr. Mime that's faster than me. Fair. And having the double fairy is really tricky for Spiritomb. That was a real big thrashing I got. Okay, so I think the Hail mode's still okay. I'm going to lead Dracozolts though. I'm not going to bring Aurorus up front. Because I think I might just have to just go for the KO on this one, but I don't know if I can. Seismitoad isn't worth it with that really offensive Wigglytuff. And I need to remove the Wigglytuff before I can get... He didn't have a berry on it either, so I'm wondering if it's tauntable. I mean, it was a really clean first turn, honestly. I honestly don't think I can really do much more. I've got to bring HeraCross. Incineroar versus Spiritomb. He's got me pinned. He's really got me pinned. Because he can drop the attack really easily. Spiritomb doesn't do much, but maybe Incineroar can do something. Damn. He's really, really got me pinned. I half expected a Trick Room set from him, but I also didn't think he would just blatantly set it up like that. Okay, so Rotom and Bewear this time. Does he have Unnerve? No, so it's Fluffy. Okay, so we've got a Fluffy Bewear. And I've got an issue in the fact that all mine are super hit by that. So I could go for a Bolt Beak straight into the Rotom. Or I could play it a little bit slower and go for a Protect on the Dracozolts, ready for the Bewear. And swap in HeraCross. Damn, if I brought Spiritomb to this one, definitely not playing it right. Okay, so Electric Terrain can't be put to sleep. What's he doing? Electric Seed? Bewear? Oof. Strong. That is strong. That's very, very bulky. That's actually incredibly bulky. Alright, so HeraCross is faster than these. I think I can go for a Bolt Peak safely into Bewear. And just close combat it anyway. I've kind of got to. Yeah, it's big damage, but a close combat should pick up the KO. Should. Oh, wow, even with close combat wasn't enough. Rising voltage. This could KO me. Jesus Christ, Masenko. The attack's too much. The attack is way too much. I couldn't do anything. I mean, in my defense, like who expects a electric terrain, rising voltage, Rotom with electric seed Bewear? I for sure didn't. With the fluffy ability as well. I was life orb Dracozolts and got HeraCross, and that wasn't enough to take it out. Um, I think Aurorus is faster than the Bewear, so I should probably go for the KO on the Bewear with Aurorus and go for the fake out into the Rotom. Yeah, I thought he might withdraw it. It's so close again for the Earth Power there. Yeah, he's so free here. Like that first turn, U-turn for him was so good. Okay, so Incineroar was the slowest thing here. We've got to go for the Rotom, really, more than anything. I'm going to go for the Throat Chop into the Luxray, just in case it goes for Snarls. I live Hydro Pump. I didn't expect the Area Impulse, though. He has really debuffed me. So well. So well. White Herb? Oh, a Jetpack. Oh my god. I haven't been able to do anything against this team. Oh, crit? Nice. But that's superpower? That's horrible. Because that Luxray is now faster than me as well. And I can't touch it. Yeah, I'm. There's nothing I can do. He can superpower and Volt Switch the Aurorus and then kill me the following turn. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. He just wins. So I might as well just go down to main Flare Blitz. Try and take out the Luxray with me. I mean, I could even take out the Luxray. I got the bird. Lol. Damn. I couldn't do anything. Could not do anything. I did not expect the Electric Seed turn there. Like, none of that I expected. Fair enough, I misplayed a little bit to the first game with the Trick Room. I should have gone for maybe Freeze Dry. Shouldn't have gone for putting the switch into the other mon, but like, wow. There was that second game, like even my strongest two attackers I had with Bolt Beak, Life Orb Bolt Beak, like that's a Life Orb Adamant Bolt Beak plus a Guts boosted close combat, which was both adamant. And yet I know it was against a fluffy mon at +1 defense, but like the two of them together couldn't even take it out. That was insane. I don't know what else I can say really. Like GG Timosenko. I mean, he wiped the floor with me. So see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.